Welcome to episode 9 of Record Roulette. This is a series where I've been taking a record at random and using that record to make a beat. I took a little vacation and I brought this record all the way from the other side of the world. I'm in Taiwan. We found this really cool record shop, THT. So I'm going to go upstairs, pick a couple records out, and see what happens.
This is Japan's band play math rock. Our new speaker.
Oh, cool. Awesome. So I picked out this album. It's by Toe. It's called Hearing You. It's a math rock album, so I'm pretty interested to see what I can use from it. I think there's 11 tracks on it, so I should have stuff to work with. I'm pretty excited. What you have with math rock is a lot of very different cadences and stuff compared to pop music. So I knew that it was going to be a little bit more difficult finding something that I could use just based on the fact that a lot of the stuff that I use has been 4/4. This album I do recommend if you like indie style music at all. This is a Japanese band, but they do sing in English, and their music just in general is really nice to listen to. Lots of good songs, lots of good tracks back to back. Overall, it's a really well put together project, and I was excited to jump in. So first things first, I listened for a sample. I found one that I could use pretty quickly. There's a lot of interesting little instrumental breaks. There's not actually a lot of lyrics on this album. I think only 2 or 3 tracks actually had lyrics and singing on them. I found this really cool piano break that I liked, and then I chopped it into a bunch of different segments and put them on the pads. I also had some vocal stuff that I chopped up, but I didn't really use it. After I had it on the pads, I layered different portions of the sample on top of each other to make it sound a little different, a little more busy. When I did sample this though, I used the slider on my record player to bring it down in pitch by 20% from the original. So the sample that you're hearing, while I don't change the pitch after I sample it into my software, I had already changed the pitch of the actual record before I recorded it. So after I had my sample down, I went straight to the drums. The drums were fairly easy on this one. I got a new kit recently that I like a lot, so I've been using that. After that, I went into the 808s. Pretty simple pattern. There's kind of like a little bit of a build-up in the verse, you could say, and then it goes into the chorus. The last thing that I added was a pad. I can't quite remember what it's called, but it's kind of an interesting pad. So you have like the normal pad sound, and then it has a bunch of interesting like percussive sounds to it as well.
which sounded really cool. I think it was called like Broken Clocks or something. I don't know. It was one of the presets that was in my software. But it was an interesting sound, so I used it. I played some chords, and then I also played like a little melody with it as well, and I did some panning with that track. Overall, it was a pretty easy beat to make. It didn't really take me all that long, but I will say that this was my third attempt trying to use a sample on here. The first two, I wasn't really able to finish, and they didn't really pan out how I thought they would. But third time's a charm, I guess. So thank you for watching. Go ahead, like and subscribe. I'll be back next week. I know I told you that before Christmas and then I disappeared for a month, but I'll be back this time.